Hi guys, this is the fuel cell. Basically I've tried a couple different things inside this cell, and that's why the top's messed up a little bit there, but if you notice there's still the two leads on the top, and on the left hand side there and down at the bottom you've got the water in port, so I can actually pour water through that hose and not have to open up the top at all. And then on the top right you're going to see the gas exit port. I'm going to open it up and let you see what's inside. Okay, this is the inside of the container. You see the hose there on the bottom that's coming in to let the water in. And those two knobs on either side were my original leads for the power to come in, but as you see they are no longer in use. Those two green lines on the bottom side there are actually for holding my cell up off the bottom. Okay guys, here's the fuel cell. If you look underneath here, you're going to see a bunch of bolts and wires. And I'll give you some close-ups so you can see a little bit more in detail here. Okay, on the side here you see there's two wires coming up to the positive on the top, and they go down and wind through on either side and connect to all those bolts, so all those bolts become hot or positive or negative. And same on the negative side. All the wires come down, run along the bottom here, and connect to the bolts, so all those are the opposite polarity. And this here is just a notch to have room for my water inlet on the side of the bottom of the box there. So there we go. Okay, here we have the water inlet valve. You see it attaches to the hose there, and we have a on and off valve there, so that way we don't have any gas leakage back up the hose. And basically it's just wide open coupling on the end there, so we can pour water in from a jug. Pretty simple. Okay, this is to answer a question that Almost Hydrogen asked me inside of his a private email he sent me. What is a resonant charging chuck? Well, you're looking at it, folks. It's basically just a piece of coiled wire. I did that coil myself on a screwdriver. You just start wrapping around the screwdriver, and then you take and separate the wire, make it where it's nice and even, and there's your resonant charging chuck. Simple as that. Okay, big question. Everybody likes to know this. Why should I use a bubbler, or should I use a flashback arrestor? It's pretty much up to you, whatever you decide, whatever you're interested in using. I, however, went with a flashback arrestor for this current application. I probably will use a bubbler inside my other vehicle. But because I have such limited space inside my Chevy Blazer, I'm going to use the flashback arrestor inside of it instead. So, like I said, pretty much it's up to you, and you just decide for yourself. This flashback arrestor is very simple. It's got a piece of screen on either end of the unit, a little bit of, I actually use stainless steel wool instead of bronze wool, but it will do the same. Stainless steel wool won't catch on fire like steel wool will. And so you just pack that in the middle of it, and then you're good to go with a little bit of millet on each end. So I would highly recommend you take and test your flashback arrestor first, or you will be rebuilding a cell from scratch. So there you go. That's the flashback arrestor. You're probably wondering, what in the world is this? Well, this is my voltage adder. Some people use the EFI, some people use the COSM, and this is the most simplest version, aka the voltage adder. It's actually a voltage adder for dual O2 sensors before the catalytic converter. I have a schematic online. You can check it out inside my channel. And if you look, I just have a little LED here, two 5K pots. I put 10K on the schematic. You can use either one if you are using a battery pack on the back like I am. This is 3 volts. I eventually plan to go up to 12 volts and send it in through here, but I'm currently trying to find out what blocking diode I need to drop the voltage. This is the voltage out. Top is positive and bottom is negative. And if you look, there's 2 of them there. That's one for each O2 sensor. Then, of course, we have the switch on the side here. This switch is actually a little too heavy duty for the job. If you do get a switch, make sure it's not 50 amps like I accidentally got, but does the job. and you see the LEDs on. And I'll show you some voltage up and down here and make sure it actually works. And I'll show you that right now here. Okay folks, we are currently hooked in and there's the voltage. It's full blast. And I'm going to start turning it down. You see it's going down. I'm going to actually, just to show you how accurate you can actually get your setting, I'm going to put it at 1/2 amp exact. Now, it takes a second or two, but let's see if we can't pull it off. There you go, 1/2 amp, 1/2 volt, excuse me, 1/2 volt. And we'll go ahead and show you the other one works the same. And we'll leave this one on 1/2 volt, and we'll also test this side over here. Okay, we're plugged into the bottom, and here we go, the other knob. You'll see the voltage go up. Oops, my leads must have come loose. Nope, no, there it is. Okay, you see the voltage going up, and we'll just stick it at 1/2 volt here again, so you can see. And we'll leave it running so you can see there is 1/2 volt still on each side here. 1/2 volt. There you go. We have a working voltage adder, 1/2 volt off of each side. And there you go. I'll show you the inside. Okay guys, here's the inside, and yes, it is a mess. It's really hard to see, but I'll kind of point this out. This is my ground. It goes to the battery and to the vehicle ground. This is the positive that goes to the O2 sensor, and this is the positive that comes in from the battery. This is the same setup, vehicle and the battery ground for the battery pack on the back. Then we have the out to the vehicle. I had to add a little bit of wire here to make it long enough. And then this final wire over here is the power in from the battery itself on the battery pack on the back here. This is just a junction, and that's a junction down here. We've got the switch. The red, of course, you see that very thin red wire in there. That is coming into the switch and going out and over to this side of the rectifier, resistor, excuse me, to the other side of the resistor, and then it comes out and it goes to the 2 pots and the LED. And that's basically it. And like I said, I do have the schematic online because I know this is a jumble of wires, and you won't be able to remember unless you look at it. If you want the bitmap to the voltage adder, just email me at my Yotami account on YouTube, and I'll be glad to send it. Just make sure to give me your email account. Okay guys, this is the pulse width modulator. Here you've got a 5K pot, I believe. I didn't build this one, I bought this off of eBay. It's a 15 amp pulse width modulator. So you've got a pot with a knob here on the end. You got the heat sink here. I'm not certain if I'm going to pop holes in it in the top of the lid to let heat out or not, but we'll see. This is the negative power for the power actually coming into the pulse width modulator. This is a negative going to cell right here. This is the positive going to the cell right here, and this is the positive coming from the power supply. So that's basically it. Also, you guys probably have seen my HHO fuel cell schematic setup, etc. That I have on YouTube, and you're probably wondering, well, what's the special blocking diode that you reverse around? I actually have the model number, but they're like $30-something, and you have to buy them from China or something like that. And you really don't absolutely have to have it. It would help, but you don't have to have it. And so this actual setup that I'm going to be putting in, I will not have it currently.